Mabuhay, Kamustika, welcome. How are you? This is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. As I wait out just a little bit of sprinkling here before going for a walk, hopefully. And you may have known by now that the Philippines is going to consider letting tourists back in if they are fully vaccinated. And that's the part that vexes me, is because I have not gotten any of the vaccines, and I don't intend on getting the COVID shot. I do not want my wife, who is a lot younger, to get the COVID shot because I simply feel there's absolutely no reason for her to get it. I'm 59 and I don't feel like I need it either. I would rather get the catch the virus itself, coronavirus, and then have immunity for life, I would assume. I don't anticipate dying. I think the chances of that are extremely small. I don't know that I even have any of these health issues that would even put me at risk. I know my wife does not, and she's a lot younger. So the thing is, in order to travel to the Philippines, which right now we can't do, if they open it up for us to go if we are vaccinated, then I have a big decision to make, which is I may have to go against what I think is prudent and best under the circumstances. Well, I would like to wait and see what happens to other people who have been vaccinated and wait for more information to come in. I don't want my wife to be denied the opportunity to go to the Philippines, but the only way, where she's from, but the only way for that to happen is she's going to have to be fully vaccinated, and I don't want to be a month without her. And it's been a couple of years since we've been to the Philippines. We've had a trip planned, and we're really looking forward to going. And so my dilemma is, Bob, if you want to go, you're going to have to get that vaccine, the COVID vaccine. Just going to have to, or you're just not going to go. And, your wife will probably, I know she wants to get it so that she can go. And I don't want to be without her for a month. And I kind of like to go to the Philippines again myself. So at that rate, I think I will probably have to give in and go ahead and get the vaccine. I'll talk it over with my wife. I haven't even talked it over with her yet, but that way, at least we can be prepared and get tickets and get the vaccines. I know it usually takes a couple of shots. And I would probably go with the Pfizer shot, even though I have reasons to not want to get the Pfizer shot. I have reasons to not want to get any of the shots. So, but that's just where we are. You might want to let me know where you stand. If you are somebody who has never been to the Philippines before, but there are these COVID restrictions, you certainly don't want to go and be quarantined. Even if they said, well, we'll let you in, you just will have to quarantine first. You'll get swabbed, and regardless of the results, you'll have to spend a certain amount of time in a hotel, which, who knows, maybe you could get COVID from that hotel, depending on how sanitary the conditions are. And, well, you don't want to go and spend a significant time of your vacation 10,000 miles from home getting locked down. So that's very unappealing, very unappealing. So I'd probably have to just bite the bullet and say, hon, so I can go with you, so you can go ahead and get vaccinated. I've been against it. I'll get vaccinated, I guess, as a sign of solidarity that if you're getting vaxxed, I'll get vaxxed. So we can go to the Philippines, see your family, see our place, and I just want to go so bad right now to the Philippines. However, it would be under a little bit of protest, but if it comes down to getting the vaccine in order to go to the Philippines, or maybe never going to the Philippines or not for a long time, I have decided I will bite the bullet and get the vaccine. My wife can get the vaccine. We could probably plan on going and getting the same one at the same time and make things easier. But I want to know what you guys think, if you're dead set against this and just are not going to get the vaccine no matter what, or what your tipping point or breaking point would be. I don't have to go to the Philippines. My family is not there. My wife's family is. I want to see them. I want to go back and relive all the memories I've had in the Philippines, and I don't want to be without her. So even though I may only go back several more times before I die, is it still worth it to get vaccinated when I frankly don't trust it? I do feel that the Pfizer vaccine, which is probably the one we'll get, can cause permanent changes to you that could open you up for sickness and illness in the future. I don't really like the thought of that, and I'm not going to go into it any more than that. Just that I woke up this morning thinking, well, I hope those airlines let us in without a vaccine, and I hope the Philippines decides, they'll let people in without the vaccine. But I don't know. How long can I wait to find out before we blow our trip and we can't even go? So if we get vaccinated, we can probably go. Who knows about any other requirements? But that's my decision. That's the only reason I'm making this video, is I've been staunchly against getting vaccinated. I was hoping I would get it just so I had immunity. Well, I haven't gotten it. I know hardly anybody. I know maybe 3 people here that have, and I don't, rub shoulders with them, but that they have said they've had the virus. I'd rather get it myself than get the vaccine, but that's the way it is. And so I guess that's good news, sort of. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you're interested in going to the Philippines for the very first time, if you've been chomping at the bit to get out there, but you really, really do not want to get the vaccine, is that going to affect your plans for finding a wife overseas if that means you have to get vaccinated sort of against your will? Well, let me know. It's kind of a big deal for me because on one hand, now I can say, well, maybe we'll be able to go this year. That'll be great. On the other hand is, well, I could live another 20 years and have that vaccine in me, and maybe that causes problems, and I certainly don't think my wife needs it whatsoever. But what are we going to do? So let me know if you're in a similar type of bind. This is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea.